And welcome back. And now I'm going to actually design the uniform for the staff of the restaurant. You heard me right. I'm going to graphically design the uniform for the staff based on the approach that we're following so far with ChatGPT. Now we are ready to design the uniform for our staff and make sure that the uniform follows the theme above and get creative. Once done, create a realistic visual / image of the uniforms, and if possible with sample staff visual during day-to-day operation. So now I have given ChatGPT the flexibility to create the uniforms, but I've guided it in a certain way, providing the visual, which is realistic. It has to be realistic, such that we have an impression or an idea how the uniform would look like if we have staff wearing it, keeping in mind the design of the uniform should align with the theme of the restaurant. Notice that ChatGPT now is actually going to go about the process of selecting the uniforms based on the color palettes that we have chosen, and then it's going to actually build it up upon this. Let's take a look at both answers. Uniform design concept for Chops, the color scheme, the main color, accent colors, text, and logos. It's actually using the color palettes that we have created previously. T-shirt, front of house staff, cap, apron, optional additions. Good. Staff visual concept, a realistic image featuring one front of the house team member taking an order, one kitchen staff in the background preparing food. Okay, now let's keep things quite interesting. We're going to take a look at the visuals at the end. Now let's take a look at the other side. Uniform design concept for Chops, t-shirt, a polo shirt, that is giving us the actual base color, the apron, the cap, the hat, optional long sleeve button for managers, now generating the visual representation. So as you notice, it's showing me the behind the scenes build up for the uniforms. And then let's compare the end results for the staff. And you will be surprised that this is actually artificial intelligence generated. And no, these are not the staff of the restaurant. These are not actually operating in a restaurant with the name Chops. Not at all. Everything is generated through artificial intelligence completely from A to Z. Like I've mentioned, through smart, strategic, innovative approach, we're able to see at this current stage the full-on uniform for our staff, which are, let's say, the hypothetical staff which are working in the restaurant. How would they look like if they are wearing the uniforms, right? So we have one on the left-hand side engaging with the customer, taking orders. We have one on the right-hand side actually dealing with the kitchen with an apron, and you're able to see both of these visual design. For example, on the left hand side over here, we can see the staff at the back end dealing with the cooking. You can see the logo Chops. We do have a member of the staff dealing with the customers. We can see the color palettes and the logos. All of them, they are in line with our design. Over here as well, we have a cap or a hat which says Chops. Take a look at the apron and the graphics that we have designed them. Chops over here as well. Even some bold text, juicy, bold Mexican. And you can see the layout or the graphics on the apron as well as the color palette used. These are very, very, very powerful, right? So now we have a clear idea how the designs would look like on our staff. Now, this is basically for staff at the kitchen. How about staff dealing with the customers? How about to add additional options for uniforms and create a visual for each as a unique item for reference. Now, what do I mean by this? I'm going to have ChatGPT right now, instead of just simply displaying images for staff wearing the uniform, I'm going to have ChatGPT right now actually display for me the actual pieces of uniform that I'm going to have as part of the team, right? So that way I have a clear idea, a clear list, and then I have a visual for every single item in case you would like to change them, upgrade them, have certain staff use certain uniforms. Let's take a look at the answer. For example, here we got Weekend Fiesta uniform, Chef Special jacket, Street Team hoodie, Premium Server polo shirt, and then let's take a look at the other option. Chef, back of the house, casual, front of the house, delivery staff, summer promo. I like this one better because this one gets the idea. This response shows me that ChatGPT got the idea that I need for every single staff member based on their role, what kind of uniform they need to wear, rather than just simply having various random pieces of uniform, which is not quite practical for, let's say, a business point of view. So additional uniform options, and it gives me the design concept. Chops, embroidered on chest, corn yellow buttons, agav green piping on collar, corn yellow polo with bold red chops, chest logo, simple and breathable. Excellent. So it's giving me the description of the actual build-up, but at the end of the day, like I've mentioned, we need to have the visual representation to see in practice how do they look like. Take a look at these powerful end results. If you notice, now I have a clear idea about the uniform, how it looks like, and how, for example, the staff members are going to be utilizing it. If you recall, the uniform for the chef over here was present in the image over here, right? You're able to see this, which is great. It's showing me that ChatGPT is actually building on this systematically. So we got chops for the chef, then we got some staff items. I prefer this option. It's quite more professional. I prefer this response. Now proceed with the rest of the items. By simply writing this line or this prompt, now I do have the full-on list of uniforms that my staff would be using within this restaurant. We got the chef, we got the casual front of the house, delivery staff, summer promo staff, and the manager. And every single one of them, the item description to a certain point, and the design concept for that specific piece of uniform. Now, we got the chef's uniform. Let's take a look at the other items that we have in line. Keeping in mind, it's preferable that ChatGPT processes one image at a time. So once it's done with one of them, just simply type proceed with the rest of the items in order to have the full computational power focused on creating a single image. The more distributed the computational power on these images at the same time, you reduce the quality. And at this stage, we are not compromising quality at all. We need the best output. We have been pulling this through from the beginning of the concept of the project that we're working on all the way to the end result that we have over here. So we have the uniform for the chef. Then we got for the waiters. It's generating them one at a time. Not to mention, by the way, this is hyper realistic, right? This is actual realistic. You can see the shadows, the fabric, the texture, the logos, the buttons. So everything is quite aligned. This is the uniform for the polo shirt for the staff. Let's click on proceed. Now it's going to keep on going through the same cycle of creating additional pieces of uniform. But here's an important thing to keep in mind. When you are creating the prompt, make sure that you mention the word realistic visual image. Otherwise, you might have cartoonish images, you might have images which are not quite realistic. So every single word counts in the prompt. So it's very important to keep this in mind. Like I mentioned, this is a very powerful class, very powerful course, which will help you save years, hours, months of trying to do graphic design by yourself, trying to do branding by yourself. That way you're able to slice the hours, slice the effort which usually, frankly speaking, I've worked on such projects, and manually it would take days upon days trying to figure these things out. Graphics, color palettes, uniforms, branding, all of these things, they take a lot of time. Now, let's take a look at the other graphical design elements as well as branding elements that we're able to craft and create with the current initiative and process that we're having. Now, notice what ChatGPT has popped over here. Once I've typed in the word proceed, it understood it as proceed with further designs, right? But it's combining uniforms as well as the designs in front of the restaurant. Take a look at how powerful this is. So, by the way, every single thing that you're seeing right now is generated by AI. The actual place does not exist. The staff do not exist. The uniforms do not exist. This is a hypothetical project. And look how realistic everything is. Now, based on the above, I clicked on proceed. I got the basic uniforms, the chefs, and then the other elements and items that we have over here, the summer promo staff, the manager, delivery staff. Take a look at the hypothetical staff working at the restaurant. You're able to see the brand logo at the back, chops, and then we have both of the staff members wearing the different color palettes and uniforms, which are aligned with the theme that we have. Then we got the polo shirts of a different color within the palette, the chef shirts. That way you have a clear idea exactly how the uniforms look like in reality before actually purchasing these uniforms. And we are not done yet. There's a very powerful application coming up next.